binding. Create the data binding folder, and in that we'll follow today. Okay. Vinay is logging in the laptop or mobile? How you are accessing?
I've logged in mobile.
If you can log in the laptop, I will guide you how to access that videos from YouTube. I've given the permission already. Now you need to follow some 2 steps.
Yeah.
Email you need to click, and after that you can access it. But for if you log in the laptop, I can guide you quickly.
Yeah, sure.
Zoom. In the Zoom ID you have, you can open
Yes.
the same Zoom in the laptop.
Yeah, one minute. I will.
Hmm. Same way you can guide to remaining to. I think you people are in the office or working from home.
No, we are in the office.
Okay, so 2 more are there. You can guide them. Even they have got the email. So if you get the guide means you can guide in the remaining 2 people. They can follow you.
Yeah.
Data bind the data binding to folder. We will be following the remaining part of JavaScript that says like JavaScript is not going to run work independently. It need a UI. It's need a user interface where the JavaScript can send the data and JavaScript can receive the data. Okay, JavaScript can bring the data from the backend. That is the one part. In between, how process will happen? That few codes we have seen, few example we have written, few topic we have covered, few syntax we have seen, array another. Now next part is like the JavaScript. Only if you are displaying the data in console, it will not be any meaningful per user. Customer will never go to the console. When we open the YouTube, Facebook, we never look into the console. We look into the browser. We are expecting for the browser in the output. Now we will be making HTML in the front and JavaScript as a middleware where JavaScript will be responsible to process the data and HTML will be responsible to do the input and output. Input will happen in HTML, process will be done by JavaScript and return back to HTML again. Okay, how that process works? Within 2 minutes, I'll try to explain you something, then we can go for the code level. Okay, suppose this is your JavaScript, just basic structure. Assume this is a JavaScript and here is the user and this is the browser and in between you have called HTML. Okay, this is as a user and this user is 9 font size, very small. Let me increase little. User, then after that this is called as a browser. User interaction happen to browser and browser is going to deal with your HTML in the term of user can enter the value via browser and user can see the output via browser. And this is your middle is the HTML part. This is your HTML part. Now HTML what it will do? Suppose for example, HTML can design one interface where user can enter a value called 5. Again, user can enter the second value called as a next 5. User can enter anything. It is not only 5 and 5, and he will click on next button. That is one button is called add. One more button is called maybe called a star. One more button,
Invitation per share ಅಂತ.
one more button maybe called here called division, and one more button maybe called a you can say a mod. Now for all, let me create a separate button. One button is here. User can click on add button also. User can click on multiply button also. User can click on division also. User can do anything whatever they want. Okay, so we are given how many options? Four options. So these all are in HTML. That is a design for the input purpose. Now once the input will happen, this both the value will be given to the JavaScript. Button click also. So once you do the button click, both the collection of both the values will be handed over to the JavaScript. Now JavaScript is going to receive two things. One is called value number 5. Value number 1 is a 5, and second value will be operator, whichever the operator user has pressed. Suppose user has placed as a plus operator, and then he has another value also he has entered. So that meaning user wanted to see the 10, right? So now what will happen? The JavaScript will do the process, and after processing, whichever the value is going to come out, that value will be pass here. 5 and 5 will be how much? 10. And finally this 10 is going to represent in the browser, because again JavaScript will say it will print in the console. User is not going to see the console. So what we have to do, this value must come to the browser again. Okay, this value must come under the browser again. Then only user will think, okay, the total is how much? Total is as a, suppose as a 10, right? So this become as a result. So at this place you saw user has come, and user interaction happened to the browser. Maybe any device is following or follow. Okay, the browser is very much comfortable. Browser have the feature to deal with the HTML have the feature to deal with the browser. HTML designed like that only so that it can deal with the browser. Now HTML has collected the input from user via browser, and again HTML has sent those input to the JavaScript. Here, let me write here college JavaScript. Okay. After that, this both the values whichever is entered by the user, okay, is being processed by the JavaScript, and after processing the final output has to come under the browser. So this become your processing part. Let me write here college process. Data got processed by JavaScript, and after doing the process data will return back to the browser as a output. OUT output. Okay, so at this place, what is the role of JavaScript? The role of the JavaScript is not to take the input and not to give the output. The role of the JavaScript is to do the processing part. Okay. Again, without click value will go to JavaScript. No, we have to click, then only it will go. Again, JavaScript will send the output to a HTML. So this process, basic JavaScript we have seen. Now based on that basic JavaScript, we need to merge the HTML, and we need to understand the data binding. What is the data binding? Okay, so let me guide you at this point. Here, this point you can see, it is taking the input from the HTML, and this is giving the output to HTML. And HTML definitely it will deal with the browser, and user is waiting in front of the browser. Okay, so at last the process where we send the data, we send the input from HTML to JavaScript, and from JavaScript we send the output to the HTML. Okay, that particular point is going to call as a data binding. The particular point will be called as a data binding. What is the data binding? The process where HTML will send the data to JavaScript, and JavaScript will send the data to where? HTML. Okay, so the communication between HTML to JavaScript to exchange the data maybe while sending or maybe while receiving. Okay, this particular point will be known as a data binding. Okay, in market you have a competition saying like which is the JavaScript library they can send and receive the data fast. Okay, where to where? HTML to JavaScript, JavaScript to HTML, that is one point. And one more point is there, the backend area. From the JavaScript, the communication has to be done in the backend as well. Okay. So the competition in the market is which is the library or what are the technology that can send and receive the data quickly without any much delay, or which is the language which processing is very fast. Okay, so in that case, now you are going to learn the core JavaScript, basic understanding of JavaScript. After learning that, we will see many complexity will be there inside. After crossing all the complexity, if you come to the React, then you will find, oh, in JavaScript it was so complex. Here it is easy. Some point of time you will find, oh, in JavaScript is too easy. Here it is too difficult. Okay, so both will be there. It will not be like everything will be too easy and everything will be too difficult. Some point will be difficult also, some point will be easy to understand as well. Okay? So we are going to work on this point now, called it a data binding. The way where we can send the data to JavaScript and the way where we can receive the data from JavaScript. In that multiple steps we have, we need to follow all, then we'll clearly we'll reach to a point where we'll understand, oh, this is point will help us while communicating, and this is going to manage the data. Okay. Okay. So let's go next. First point will be this one. This one. What is that? Type of pop-up window. We have alert, confirm, and then prompt. Okay. We will understand this in one example. Then we'll come to the event, and then we'll come to the actual data binding. Okay. So create a file. Give the file name. Call. Give the file name. Call data binding one.html. Any editor you can use, no problem. As of now, for next 6-7 classes, any editor is fine. Okay. If you are okay with the VS Code, no problem. Use the VS Code. My Visual Studio Code is little slow, so many times I'll prefer the which one? Notepad plus plus. Okay. So there will be a lot of videos are there in the system, so become a heavy. You can use VS Code, no problem. Okay. So file name you can give pop up. popup.html. JavaScript pop-up window example, we will see that file name is a popup.html. Okay, popup.html. Now come there, click on HTML, follow the HTML, inside write the head and come inside follow the script. Now you will follow the body open and body close. Okay, now come under the body, write one h1, that is called JavaScript pop-up window example. JavaScript pop-up window example. Come down below, write a button, alert. Second button, confirm. Third button, prompt, P-R-O-M-P-T, prompt. Alert, confirm, and prompt. In first button, on click equal to, you will call a function called 1. 1 to 3 I'll give name, will not be complex name, you can call it easily. Here, a script under the HTML, wherever you want to write the JavaScript, you can open the script tag and close the script tag, and inside you can write easily. Under the HTML, head to head, open the script, close the script, and after that you can write the JavaScript easily. So we will be writing a function here. Function name is 1. Function 1, you can see here. On click, you are calling a function 1. So what is the on click? On click is called the event. On click is called a event. On click is called a event. Okay, on click is called a event. Now we have wrote a function 1. Write a alert function inside. It is the predefined function. Alert is the predefined function. Hi, your message sent successfully. Hi, your message sent successfully. You can run this file directly as a HTML file. How we run the HTML? Same way you can run this file directly. And after running this file, you can click on button. You will see a alert message will come. Okay, hope ready. Now run this file directly and click on first button. Any alert message appear? Alert message will say, hi, your email sent successfully. Alert message will say, hi, your email sent successfully. So that is called alert. That is called a alert. Using alert, what is happening? You are giving a confirmation message to user. Using alert, you are giving a confirmation message to user. Using alert, we are giving a confirmation message to user. Now, how to see that? Let's go here. In your browser, you can run the page, click on alert button directly. It says higher message sent successfully. Next, after this, you can write here only one line. Alert, alert used to, alert used to give confirmation, alert used to give okay. So next, after that, what it says, alert used to give confirmation, CONFIRMA, confirmation message to user. Alert used to give confirmation message to user. Alert used to give confirmation message to user. Using alert, suppose you are doing something, you clicked here, there, you submitted something, you edited something, finally you click on submit button. If one message will come, yes, your message sent successfully, what will happen? It will look like meaningful. User will understand, oh, happened. But this is the, you can say, it is the look and feel of the pop-up window is coming. The look and feel of the pop-up window is coming here. When I go here and click on this look and feel you cannot change. You cannot change the background is a black. You cannot change the background is a green. You cannot change it. It is the core functionality of JavaScript. Okay. So similar feature, if you want to make a customized pop-up window, we have Bootstrap inside. We will be learning for model. Okay. Or we have another thing in the JavaScript only, there is a library called Sweet Alert. Using that also, we can display different kind of color combination, and we can add extra button, or we can design the look. But this in the JavaScript, you cannot change that. Write the next function. Next function for the conform. So function two, function two. The function two will be here. Function two have, assume you created a variable name you given called input. Okay, variable name is given as a input. Now under that input variable, we have to assign some value that will come from the conform. CONFIRM, conform. And we can write here, are you sure? Are you sure? Okay. Now alert here the input without double quote. Input is a variable now. You should not use the double quote. One place. Save the file and now again come to the button 2. On click only call the second function called 2. On click only call the second function called function 2. Okay, hope ready. Let's come to the browser and see how it is happening. Second button. When I click on second button, I confirm. It says here, are you sure? With the 2 button. Okay and cancel. When you do okay, it return as a true. Again you click and says a cancel. Cancel return as a false. Okay will return as a true. Okay will return as a true. If true, then we'll understand yes, user wanted to do something. Let's go here, right at this place now. If or after this line also we can write here a if condition if input double equal to true. If input double equal to true, then alert please wait processing. Please wait processing. Else alert no problem. Okay, so hope we have written if and else part. Now click on second button. Click on OK, what is saying. Again close it. Again click on second button. Click on cancel. See what it's saying. Okay, hope you are able to see something like this. When I click on confirm, are you sure? Okay, cancel I did, then no problem. Let me click here again. Okay, it says okay, please wait, processing. Right, if you okay, then what is return? True. Cancel, then return as a false. Now based on this true and false, we can decide what is the user intention, whether it is a really want or not. Okay, suppose here you keep a button called delete profile. Delete profile. Okay, delete profile. Now what will happen here? Once you click on delete profile, then if you click on delete button, then it will say are you sure? If you say okay, then please wait, processing. Clear? Now last button, call it a prompt. Let's go here on click equal to call the function 3, call the function 3, inside the function 3, we can write here under the function 3, we can write here under the function 3, we can write here. Suppose this function 3 is for what purpose? Download files. This is for download files. Okay, as a prompt example. Come down, right inside a variable call assume call a variable call input equal to a variable input equal to a variable input equal to, you can write here call prompt prompt prompt. In prompt box, you can write enter your email ID. Suppose a person has created a website. Suppose you are searching something on internet, JavaScript form validation example, or you are searching maybe, okay, you are searching something, any other example. You found a website where you went, there is an example is ready made. In that there is a button called download files. You saw the example, oh, it's look like according to my requirement. There is a button called click files, download files. If you click on download files, instead of downloading directly, suppose this is the download button is here. Here is the download button here. Once you click on download button, download files. Instead of direct start downloading, it asks, okay, I don't know who are you. Please enter your email ID. Now people want to download the file. What they will do? They will enter the email ID. Then after that, you will show him a message. Okay, hi, the download link sent to sent to sent to /n to break the line plus input. So one message will come, hi, download link sent to hi, download link sent to input. Just a message you are showing to the user so that user will understand, yes, it is going on. Now click on third button, see what is happening. A pop-up window will open. There it will ask enter your email ID. Hi, download links into particular email ID. Okay, let me show you how it is happening. When I come here, refresh the page, click on download files. Okay, it says I enter your email ID. I will enter some invalid email ID xyz at the rate hello.com. Now what it will say, it will check xyz.hello.com is exist or not. If exist, then only email will get delivered. And in that email, download link will come, people can download. Meanwhile, website is not saying like you cannot download. Website is saying, yeah, you can download it, but let me do the double work along with the download process. What double work? Number one, website people will take your email ID. Number two, you will get a download link also. And that email ID will store in database further use. Next, after 6 months, an email will come, common floor 1 BHK in 30 lakh rupees. That is how happen when you create an email ID. When you create an email ID in the Gmail, after 1 month or after 2 months, you will start getting the email. Okay, so your email you have, your email ID you have, right? In that, lot of promotional email will come, no? Lot of promotional email will come. Flipkart will send the email, this website, that website, bank people will send the credit card here, there, email. Okay, so those where that email comes, you have not given your email to the some company promotional website and all. How it's come? Because once you create an email account, even when if where you create the email account, they also sell out the email. Okay, suppose you go to the any website to register and enter your email ID, they also sell out your email. Okay, so those email are what, like when you enter your email ID in any website, from there only the business will start. People will start selling the email ID. Okay, that is also business in the market. A lot of people sell only email ID. They will collect the email ID of the user through different way and they'll sell the email ID. Okay, many companies are there, they buy the email ID. Big Bazaar will send the email saying like new products, offer product. Okay, when you go to the any like Big Bazaar, if you go for billing counter, they will ask, okay, sir, give your mobile number. For what purpose? They will take the mobile number. Bill they are generating anyhow. In bill, your mobile number will be written or not, I don't know. But your mobile number will store in their database. Okay. Same time they will collect the feedback and they will ask the mobile number. Mobile number for what purpose? Next business. Okay. They will sell the mobile number. Okay. And again they will start sending you the promotional message. Hi, you have this offer, that offer. So this button 3 what we created, it's saying like yes, user can click here, they can download the file, but before downloading they have to provide the email id. For what purpose? To store in database, as well as to understand whether this person is a really genuine person or not. See, we are given something, it's saying as a null. Okay, so these three are type of pop-up window. Now, first in the alert, what you wrote, alert used to give the confirmation message to user. Alert used to give confirmation message to user. Prompt, what is doing? Prompt is asking the message from user. Let me go here and show you. This is called prompt. When I click here, confirm. This is called confirm. What is asking? It is asking confirmation from user, either true or false. Here, what is doing? It is asking the solid input from user. If you not enter, it will come as a empty. Okay. If we click on cancel, it return as a null. Okay. So same line we can write here in the one line description. What is the use of this confirm? You can write here. It used to ask confirmation from user. It used to ask confirmation from user. It used to ask the confirmation from user. Okay. In the term of prompt, you can write it used to ask non-boolean input from user. It used to ask non-boolean input from user. It used to ask non-boolean input from user. Okay, hope written. Now come to the next example. Next example is this one. Events related. Events related. Whenever you open any website, okay, whenever you open any website, as a user, you will click on the buttons. As a user, you will enter the value. As a user, you press the button. As a user, you click on hyperlink. Okay, so the activity of the user, whatever the activity we are going to do through the application. Now suppose this is your application with the three button. Okay, this is your application with the three button. Okay. Now let's come to the code. Let me go here in the page. Suppose this page you have created. In this page, how we are interacting with the application. This is one application running in the computer. User is separate, computer is separate. HTML is application is separate. Now application is running in the system, where this is coming from the HTML, and when you click here, output will come from the JavaScript. So how many technology? Two technology. One is the HTML, another one is JavaScript. Okay, and third one is user. User interaction will happen, then only input will go to JavaScript and output will come to the HTML. Okay, so when I click here, so what I did, I clicked. Where I click in HTML, and this alert came from where? JavaScript. JavaScript is there, but JavaScript was waiting for the event. When the user want, then only I will come. So how the JavaScript will understand user want now or not? So JavaScript will understand based on this one. Based on this one. That is called as what? Events. Okay. So the user will come, user will go to the page. Sometime you have seen not in the desktop, not in the internet, leave the internet, in your computer only. Suppose if I go to my desktop, I go here in the desktop, and this is one file. This is one file. If I want to open this file, what I will do? One option, do the right click, and there is an option called open. Another option, double click on the same, then also it will get open. So how many way we can open? Using two way. So file was there, but when the user will come, now based on user behavior, the file is going to open or delete or do something or rename. So user wanted to open, so user will do the right click and open, user will do the double click then open. Correct. So the user is interacting using how many way? Just to open this file, user is interacting through how many ways? Two ways. One is right click, another one is called double click. Correct. So the right click also become an event, and the double click also become an event. Okay. Right click also become an event, double click also become an event. Now when I come to this page, when I click on first button, when I click on first button, that is going to be only click. Based on click, what is happening? Some kind of event is being fired, and based on that event, JavaScript is understanding, oh, HTML is calling me. Right? When I do go here and click again on the second button, HTML was there itself, JavaScript was also there, but communication between JavaScript and HTML was not happen until unless when user will click. Once the user will click, then only communication will happen. So user has clicked. Instead of clicking, user can do the right click also. User can do the double click also. So the behavior, the type of interaction, how the user is going to interact with application, the type of interaction. Okay, the way the user is going to interact with application. Okay, that is called the event in the term of JavaScript. Okay. If anyone asks what is the event, we are going to write the example and see. Internet definition is different. After implementing, you will come to a different definition. The type of user interaction. Suppose, as I told you, this is my page. Inside, I have a file. I will click here, double click, then also it will get open. Right click, then also it will get open. So, how many type of behavior? Two type of behavior. So, you can say not behavior, you can say interaction. The type of interaction will be called the event in JavaScript. The type of user interaction with the UI will be called a event in JavaScript. Okay, user will come, user will go to this page. This is called a UI, user interface. User is using the terminal. User is using a mouse, and user is a user itself. Now user interaction will happen using the mouse as a single click. So the single click will become a event. User will do the double click, but where? Under the user interface. The double click becomes a event. Okay. So first we'll create a file, we will write the example, and then we will write a single line of theory. Okay. Come there. Okay, create a file, mouse event.html. User is going to interact with the application using the keyboard, using the mouse. This is the main events area. Using that, user is going to interact with the application either through the keyboard or through the mouse. Some more are there, but those are in different way. Okay, now after that, okay, after that, create a file called mouse event.html. Create a file called mouse event.html. mouse mouse event.html. Come inside this file, html head, script, then we'll open the body tab and close the body tab. Now come inside H1 we can follow and we can write inside mouse events example button single click button double click button mouse left or right click. Mouse left and right click. Next, after that, go here, write a function, function one. Inside the function one, you will keep an alert here. Hi, it's working. Okay, come now. First button on click equal to call the function one. Second button on dbl click equal to call the function. Another place on mouse down call the function. Function is same, but the event is different. The function is same, the event is different. So save the file. After saving the file, run the page. First button click, see what is happening. Second button click, see what is happening. Second button is the double click. Okay. Save the file and check once. Button says single click, alert will come, same function. Second button says double click. If you do double click, then only it will happen. Third button says like whether do left click also will work and do the right click, then also it will work. That is called mouse down. Right click also it will work. That is called mouse down. Left click is also okay. Right click is also okay. Okay. Click is also fine. That is called mouse down. So what you saw here, function is only one, but the event is three. Function is only one, but the event is three. So after looking at this example, we can say, yes, when the user is interacting by single click, it's called a on click. User interaction is happening by double click, that is called on DBL click. That is called type of interaction. The type of interaction, whatever you have here, the type of interaction you can call, yes, it's called a event. The type of interaction you can call it a event. Because you saw one place single click, another place double click, another place on mouse down. So based on user interaction, right? The function will call, maybe you call one function or maybe you call multiple function, maybe call different function, depends. But the type of interaction is going to call here call the event in the term of JavaScript. Okay.
Hello.
Someone is telling. Okay, next after that, we have many other events. We'll make a note of that. So let's come. We have here one is called mouse click, single click, double click, and then mouse down. We have one more called mouse enter. As soon as the mouse will touch the button, event will fire. On mouse, enter. You can write here, enter mouse here, enter mouse here, enter mouse here. Okay, enter mouse here. How that works? Let's come to the browser and see once. We'll go here and using the mouse pointer, we'll try to touch the button. As soon as you touch the button, alert will happen. You press the OK. Now come inside, move the mouse here. There will not be any problem. If you move the mouse here inside, okay, if you move the mouse here inside, there is no any kind of alert at no any events. But when event happen, when the mouse has come inside. See what I did? I will go out. I will come in. I will come in. Alert happen. I will not touch the mouse now. Through the keyboard, I'll press the enter button. Okay, press the enter button through the keyboard. Now your mouse is already inside the button. If the mouse will go inside and walk inside, move inside, there is no problem at all. Event is not getting fired. When the event was fired, as soon as the mouse has come inside. That is called on mouse enter. Okay, on mouse enter. Suppose you have a website. In the website, you have multiple products. Okay, multiple products there. You wanted to know how many user has touched the particular product by the mouse or not. Okay, like suppose you go to the Flipkart. If the Flipkart people wanted to know how many user come, they have a different count. If they want to know a particular product, how many user has moved the mouse over here, okay, they can find out easily. Using which event? Using on mouse enter event. On mouse enter one function will call, and that function will send one information to backend saying like one user has touched this product. Okay, and again suppose next user will open the same event, same function will send one more information to the backend, one more user touch the product. Okay, so based on that, the Flipkart people or anyone will come to know, oh, this product is touched by the user how many times. Okay, that is called which event? On mouse enter. On mouse enter. Okay, now come inside. Write one more button on mouse out. On mouse out. OUT. On mouse out. Okay. Enter mouse and move out. Enter mouse and move out. Okay, enter mouse and move out. How it will happen now? Let's come to the browser. Go here. Mouse, enter by 2 times. Okay. Now go inside and let us see. When I go here, move the mouse inside, no problem. When the mouse came inside, there is no any event at all. Right? You saw event is getting fired. No event, nowhere event. After that, when the mouse will move out, see, event is getting fired. Right? Now, based on this event, we can find out how many user using based on both the event, we can find out how many user. See, you can keep like this. When the mouse will move out, automatically alert is coming. Now at this moment, we can send the information to JavaScript, and from JavaScript, we can send the information to backend saying like user has shifted somewhere else. User has moved the mouse to somewhere else. Okay, now next we have called on change. So you will write here on change. On change. select will open and select will be closed. Select will open and select will be closed. Inside that, option will open and option will be closed. Right is a choose. Keep a second button called Bangalore. Click one more option, Mumbai. Okay, ready. So it will create a drop down. In that drop down, on change equal to, we'll call a function called one. On change equal to, we'll call a function called one. If we run the page and change any option from drop down, alert will come. Okay, ready? Let's come to the browser. Save your file. In drop down, you will see few menus. Bangalore, alert is happening. Mumbai, alert is happening. Pune, alert is happening. Bangalore, alert is happening. Working? Okay. So how many type of event you saw? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then 6. Come down. Right below, another H1. JavaScript. Keyboard. Events example. This is not final example, just you are writing a syntax for all. Final example will be different types. Okay. Come down in that file, right below, keep paragraph wise we can write so that it will be line by line, will not mix together. Enter name, no enter name, it's on key press, on key press. Input type equal to text, input type equal to text, on key press, on key press equal to call a function call one. In the text box, whenever you press anything, type any character, alert will come. In text box, you run and press any character from your keyboard, alert will come. Enter any value under the text box, alert will come. Okay, happening. When you press any character, alert is getting fire. That is called on key press. As soon as your cursor will come inside, whenever the cursor will come inside, an alert will happen. Alert will happen. As soon as alert will, as soon as not alert will happen, as soon as the cursor will come inside, on key press event will get fire, and on key press event will call a function called one. Now in function mode, what you want to do, that is the next matter. Next, write the next. We have some more similar example right here. On key down, down. On key press, on key down, both are similar. You can try and check once. On key press, on key down, both are similar. Go in the browser, on key press, happening. Meanwhile, here on key press also happened the same. Check now. Are you finding any difference between both? Come to the next event. Let's call on key up. On key up. On key up. On key up. Now let's come to the browser and see how that works. On key up, how that works. First you see on key press. In on key press, whenever you have press any key, alert got fire. That meaning event got call. On key down also the same story. When we press any key, alert happen. On key up, when we go to the on key up, okay, on key up, when I press any key and I'm holding it, it will not give alert at all. I'm pressing the D. Once I will leave the D, then alert will come. That is called on key up. When your cursor, when after pressing the key, if you hold it, that is called on key down. It's not key up. Once you leave it, then key will go up. That is called on key up. And then event will get fire. Let me show you again. When I go here, press any key is holding. Okay. As soon as I do okay, so alert happen. Right. Next, after this, come here. You have one more function called on focus. On focus. On focus. On focus. You can change here on focus. And you have one more called on blur. On blur. BLUR blur. On on blur. On focus is nothing but once the cursor will go there. On blur is nothing but when the cursor will come out from there. Okay, ready? Now come to the browser and see how that is going to work. When we go here, on focus, if you click under the text box, alert will come. As soon as you click there, alert will come. Even it will not allow to go anywhere because cursor will be there itself. Okay, you have to reload the page. Then only it can go somewhere. Working. Now go under the on blur. On blur, what will happen if you go inside type inside, okay, in on blur. If you go under the text box, type anything, no problem at all. Okay. If you click outside, then alert will happen. On focus means when the cursor will come in. On focus means when the cursor will come in. On blur means when the cursor will go out. Okay, go ahead next. These all are the list of keyword events. Function remains same. No changes in the function. Changes is available under the group working. We will work some more on same tomorrow. One tomorrow event we have, we will add it and we'll see. After that, the complexity will start in the bottom. Okay, this is like HTML and JavaScript, how you are linking. Next, we have to play with the remaining property, that is the next onwards. Okay, so that we'll see you again tomorrow. Remaining again tomorrow.